Hi Sagittarius, I hope you guys are doing great today. So this is going to be general love read only, love for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I'm going to start with singles, guys, and put a timestamp below and then go into couples. So depending on where you're at, watch whichever one you think you belong in, whichever group. So this first is going to be for those Sagittarius friends who are single and ready to mingle, where nobody is really in your energy field to speak of. There's nobody still lingering there that you might be getting back with. You guys know what I mean, right? All right, so I'm not going to be reading the singles in reversals, so no reversals for the single read, because I am going to be reading it with oracles, okay? And I never read oracle energy in the reverse. So let's pull those, and we'll lead in with those. Some ideas on an energy. See if the energy supports singles meeting somebody. The time span for this, I'm doing these in mid-March for April, so really, guys, anywhere over the next 6 weeks through April is really what we're talking about here. Okay. Interesting time to be single, is it not? No one could go out, so it's hard to meet people, but I guess online, lots of online connections, I'm sure, hopefully getting cultivated so that when the veil lifts here, sexual union, beautiful. Okay, criticizing, closure, okay. All right, so let's see what these say. Sexual union, honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true eternal bliss. I feel like this is definitely going to be a very fiery connection. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. That's more of a heads up, okay? And then we have close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. And that's a great energy to get when, maybe if you've been single for a while because you've been busy healing from a relationship that didn't work out in an earlier time. Or maybe you're just closing yourself off, really throwing yourself into work, putting up that invisible do not enter sign on your forehead, Let's pull a crowning energy for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Guys, definitely check your Venus sign for love. Also, if you happen to know your house placements, check what's ruling your 7th house, 5th house, and 8th house, right? The 7th house is the house of partnerships and relationships, marriage, 5th house is how we do connection on the day-to-day, and then 8th house is sex, okay? It's more than that, but that's where we look for those things. Okay, so the crowning energy is faith. Really nice. This is the Hierophant energy that would be in other decks. So this has to do with religion. It could be your belief system. In Sagittarius, you guys are all about integrity. You guys are the most, dare I say, like moral sign, where your morality, your integrity, your belief system, while it's important to everyone, it's a little more important to you in your archetype, depending on where somebody has a Sagittarius placement, but absolutely for sure. So this does not have to do with religion, though, guys. It is belief system. It's how you think that life should be, right? For lack of a better term. So you could certainly be maybe meeting them through some sort of connection having to do with faith. It could be at a religious institution, but guys, it could also be at like a yoga class, you know what I mean? Depending on, how you practice your belief system. Okay, we have some absolutely lovely cards here. 6 of Cups. Ha, ha, ha. Okay, either you know this person already, well, you've been with them in the past, so it's at least going to feel like that. So we're starting out, interesting. We're starting out with the 7 of Swords energy. So this is a Moon in Aquarius energy. All right, and moon is all about I feel, and Aquarius is about doing something different, being out of the box. So feeling different than, or being different than what is being presented. So whenever I see that, and guys, this is also the card of thievery, okay? But, applying it to this, I get that somebody's going to be wearing a mask. And the thing is, when you're first getting into a relationship, and I don't have to tell you guys this, but I'm just going to, call it out anyway, because sometimes it's good to hear again. It's not uncommon for people to not be their true authentic self straight out of the gate, not out of malice, but because of insecurity, right? So I do feel like either you or the other person are not going to be 100% open. Let's just say that. And that's going to end up creating a bit of an issue here, all right? Because then we have the Nine of Wands energy, and this is the moon in Sagittarius, moon in you guys, right? So again, this is I feel, and then having to do with Sagittarius, you guys are all about forward movement with integrity. You guys are ruled by Jupiter, right? So there's a lot of energy here. There's a lot of passion. But the thing is with the 9, that you're feeling very deeply about what you've been through in your past. So your past is like something going on here where I feel like that might have to do with whoever's wearing the mask, because of what you've been through or they've been through in the past. 100% authenticity is not showing up, and where it's creating an issue is it's being felt. It's pretty obvious that somebody is not being the real authentic version of themselves. And then this is going to bring us into the Five of Cups energy. Now, the Five of Cups energy is about really hyper-focusing on the negative, right? It just is, right? It's Mars and Scorpio. And Mars ruling Aries. You want to think, just remember that Aries is the baby of the zodiac, because they are the first sign. So they are very impulsive, and they're very hyper-focused on what they don't have. And this is just a generality of the archetype. Where there is a tendency to focus on what's lacking and where somebody is not getting their own way, right? And where the disappointment is and where the sadness is, and not noticing the good part. Because with the Five of Cups, 3 of the cups are spilt and 2 is still upright. And the 2, obviously the cups have to do with emotion, for those of you who know tarot, and feelings. So, but it's hyper-focusing on what's spilt rather than what's still standing, and focusing on the lack instead of, the blessing in it. So this is going to bring us into the Four of Cups energy, which is about restlessness and disappointment and boredom. And this really is very interesting to get this next to the Five of Cups, because this is another energy where there's a hyper focus on that checklist energy of, they do this, that, and the other thing, and I'm not okay with this. So you might be coming into the union, or they might be coming into this union, right? Because the energies could always be, they're two in mesh, so they could always be vice versa. So I want to give both interpretations, but the energy's here. Four of Cups energy is about that checklist card, right? They don't do this, that, or the other thing, so I can't be with them. But it's a very almost surface way of looking at it. This is the kind of energy where what's being lost here is for example, if the person that you're dealing with, they don't call you enough. Let's just say that you're somebody who expects a text a few times a day or a couple of phone calls, whatever, and they're not doing that. You could say the issue is that they're not communicating, but the bigger issue under that is that you're being made to feel like you don't matter. You follow what I'm saying? So it's like looking underneath, and rather than focusing out on whatever that person is doing, you need to look at why it's making you feel this way. But there's this between the 4 and 5 of Cups here, this is telling me that the energy here is projecting out, that somebody is not giving, somebody's not doing. It's this projection out rather than looking inside self and realizing why these feelings even exist. So again, this could be coming from you or from them, but I feel like this is what's going to happen when you guys make this connection. Okay, and then we have the 6 of Cups energy, and the 6 of Cups is a return back to the past. This is for a beautiful energy. It's Sun in Scorpio, so Sun is always about, Sun is a Leo energy, so it's a fiery. There's passion, but there's also a lot of ideas and illumination and epiphanies, right? And then we have Scorpio, which is all about transformation, because it's ruled by Pluto. So there's this visiting back, right? There's these ideas, these epiphanies, these rememberings are hitting you from once upon a time, either from an earlier part of your childhood or just simply an earlier part of your life, and what you wanted once upon a time in relationships. But for many of you guys, I do have to tell you, this is a card of reconnection. So some of you may be reconnecting with somebody who may not be in your energy field right now, but maybe who either you were with a long time ago, or you knew when you were a kid, or maybe you knew them in high school or college, whatever it was, depending on which stage of life you're at. Or this could be you meeting somebody who you just absolutely feel like you've met them before. You've known them in a past life, and you guys know what I mean by that. It's just this inherent sense of familiarity where you're just like, wow, they're like part of my tribe. I just, I know it. So I feel like what seems to be happening here is very interesting to me, because I feel like you guys are going to meet two people, Sagittarius, yeah. But I need to pull some more cards before I say anything, because I'm getting two different interpretations, and I'll give them both, but I don't want to speak before I pull some clarification here. I want some clarification between the cup energy, between the synchronicity here. This is incredible, because we go 5, 4, 6 of cups. The Lovers. Okay. I kind of figured. So I just said, okay. All right. Yeah. So a lot of this, somebody is not showing up as their authentic self. And there is this, really remembering what somebody has been through in their past relationships. This is really bringing every little minutia of an issue, if that's even a thing, up to the forefront. And it's almost like either you or they are looking for things to be wrong, because you just don't want to deal with you don't want to deal with a bad relationship again. You're being so hypervigilant, or they are, one or the other, where it's like, I'm not going to tolerate what they're doing. It's like against my belief system, and I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. This is where we get criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Right? Really allow yourself to feel that joy. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joy. Because what I'm getting here is that there's a lot of hyper-focusing on the little things that are being made into bigger things. And then we have the 6 of Cups energy. I feel like, though, if this is some of you, I feel like some of you are going to be ending this connection and getting back with somebody from your past that you're going to be working things out with in the Lover's energy. Because the Lover's energy is all about recognizing that it's not perfect, but that there's a dedication here for you guys to try to work it out. So let me just finish the reading for that, and then I'm going to circle back around to the other interpretation I'm getting here for singles. So the one is that you meet this person is not authentic, and you're realizing that they're not a good fit for you. So you're choosing to end it, and you're reconnecting with somebody either from your past or somebody that you knew from the past. But because we got the Lover's card, this tells me that you were with this person once upon a time. Then we have the 9 of Cups energy, which is all about wish fulfillment. This is beautiful. So you guys get back together here, and you guys have this conversation, share your emotions, recognize that this is something that you really want. Then we have the World card, which is beautiful. This is a Saturn energy. So, some things to keep in mind. People get very excited when they see the World, but you want to remember it is a Saturn energy, which is slow, which is transformative, which is awesome. But he's a great taskmaster. And so this is about really having the energy here to putting in the hard work to really push things forward. But it's a slow moving, right? So you guys it's going to be beautiful. But the commitment is here. And between the World and the Lovers, what else do you want? That's like perfect for setting a solid foundation. That's what you want. Page of Cups is a new cycle here. A new cycle where you guys are like, okay, we're going to do it different this time. This is really good. Definitely doing it different this time. We have the 9 of Swords energy. And the 9 of Swords, this is the card of anxiety, the 3 a.m. card. But in reality, listen, this is a Mars and Gemini card. So Mars, ruling Aries. Aries is all about initiative and really wanting to move things forward. Gemini is all about communication and moving forward, right? Because Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So Mercury rules communication and moving things forward, right? So this is really trying to figure out in your mind, what is the best way to move forward with this situation? So I'm getting, for those of you who are reconnecting with somebody from the past, it's like, okay, we have these feelings. This is, everything's been put out on the table. But how is this going to play out in real time? Like how how are we actually really, really going to do this? You know, how are we going to do this? And then we have the Eight of Swords, which is about self-imprisonment. So this is Jupiter and Gemini. And again, when I say self-imprisonment, that sounds really negative, but it's just about being very much in your head, right? Because this is a Jupiter and Gemini, right? So Jupiter is about luck and expansion. It rules you guys, right? And Gemini, again, being ruled by Mercury, about communication with yourself. So this is that internal conversation that you have, and you thinking, okay, how can we do this in a way that's going to end up bringing luck and expansion into this union? You're keeping it real in the 3D. How are we going to move forward with integrity? Okay. Now the fact that Jupiter is here and Jupiter rules you, and you guys are moving forward with integrity, and the fact that we do have the Faith card here, this is about really making sure that you guys are on the same page as far as your belief system goes. So I feel like that might be creating a little bit of anxiety. When I say belief system, again, could be religion, but it could also just be what this person wants for their life versus what you want for your life. Where are you guys going to live? What are you going to do? Like that. I don't get these minor arcanas. I don't get that it's going to be a terrible thing. It's just something that communication needs to. The communication has to come out of the internal, and because these are very internal communication energies, communicating with self, where there's a rumination and trying to figure things out. But it's better to try to figure it out with the person, is what I'm getting here, because the energy does support this being a really beautiful connection. Okay, now for others of you who aren't going to be returning to anybody, coming back up here, I feel like you're going to meet this person. It's going to be a couple of snafus in the beginning. You're going to have to find your legs in the relationship. But once you do, and once you realize, you're understanding here with the Six of Cups energy that you're kind of meant to be with this person, you know, because the Six of Cups energy, again, it doesn't have to be a reconnection with somebody who you were with at one time, but you could very much feel like you've met this person before. Like you know them from a past life. You have this sense of familiarity with them. And because of that, you don't want to just toss it. So you're really, you know, exercising this, criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. You're easing up on them, or they're easing up on you. Again, it can be vice versa. And you guys are in the space of recognizing, all right, you know what, we're not perfect. Let's just, you know, be us, get in touch with the authentic version of ourselves and move this baby forward, you know? And then we have the wish fulfillment and the world, and you guys committing to putting in the hard work, you having this beautiful new cycle after having a wobbly start. But you still being in that same space, right? As, I don't know about our belief system. Do we want the same things? Do we not want the same things? So whether you're reconnecting with somebody from your past, or this is somebody who simply you got a wobbly start with, it doesn't really matter. You're going to end up in this space where you're going to be sort of doing this heavy internal, these mental gymnastics in your mind. And, you know, whenever we see these cards, guys, bring the conversation out into the open. Right? I mean, listen to the oracles here, right? Don't criticize each other too much. Allow yourself to be happy. You know, this is a very passionate connection, right? We have the sexual union card here. And, you know, just a really beautiful energy. And remember, guys, the faith card is the Hierophant. It's the card number 5. It's connected to Taurus, the Taurus energy. So many of you may be meeting a Taurus. But Taurus is also ruled by Venus. It's an earth sign. It's you know, a pentacle energy, which is all about mental, physical, and emotional connection. So this is a beautiful energy. You just want to like let it happen, right? Let it happen. So yeah, really nice. Don't be too scared. Don't be too scared, single Sagittarius. All right, single Sagittarius friends, thank you so much for joining me. We're gonna move on into Sagittarius coupled. So those of you who are coupled, let's do some opening energies here with the oracles. So this is if you guys are together now, or somebody's in your energy field. You might be in a weird space. Let's get what's going on here. Embrace. Okay. A message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. Nice. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. And then we have embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. Oops. Okay. All right, so let's get the energy. I'm going to put these on the side, guys. Okay, and these I do read with reversals, because if you guys are together, we need to get a more, the narrative of what's going on, the history. And remember, guys, no matter how this turns out, whatever the energy offers, okay, is a possibility, doesn't mean you have to engage with it. It doesn't. It doesn't. You should always remember that when you're watching tarot. If the energy is available for something to happen, it's up to you to engage with it. You don't have to. You could sit this one out, as they say. You know, nothing wrong with that. Just because the energy is available doesn't mean you have to jump in the ring. Yeah, you have to do what feels right to you. We're energetic beings. We have free will, right? We're not a bunch of puppets. Okay, let's get, okay, Death card to Crown in reverse. Okay. All right, so we're starting with, well, the Death card is a Scorpio energy, and this is ruled by Pluto, so it's about death and it's about transformation. There's a lot of pain here in the reverse, and there's a big question over whether this can be saved or not. What do I feel like? Or maybe I'm thinking of the wrong sign. I feel like it might have been your sign, where I feel like in the weekly, when I did the love, maybe last week with them, I don't know, I did so many readings, I don't know, but I feel like it was this idea of just when you thought it was done, I don't know, anyway, but there is this idea of feeling like really not too clear on whether this relationship could be saved. Now, starting off, we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. So I like this better in the reverse, okay, for a couple of reasons. One, you're on the upswing a little bit here, right? This is the self-imprisonment energy, where there are a lot of thoughts that are sort of trapping you in your own mind, right? And this is you trying to figure out, what you can do in order to either make the situation better or make yourself feel better. It's just that kind of thing. But you're trapped in your thoughts because of another individual and less because of yourself. So it's like something was done here where there was some sort of deceit, some sort of shady behavior, or some sort of dishonesty, or it could just be the energy of somebody kind of like even haunting you in a way, right? But it's this idea of an external energy that's causing this rumination inside of you. We have the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords reverse, this is one sword at a time over time that creates the ending of a cycle. But the fact that it's reversed, this is like this cycle's done already. So if you're resonating with this, the cycle that you were in, whatever bad cycle it was is done. It's over. So now you guys could still be together and have a cycle be done. You could be together for 50 years, and it's the ebb and flow of relationships. You guys know what I mean, right? We go in cycles, but this cycle's done. This is like something was said. There was definitely something said here that was something that was exercised with words that was very, very hurtful. And it was like the last straw, really the last straw, because it's a Mercury and Virgo energy. And Mercury rules Virgo. So there's about communication coming in. Now, it could have been something coming to light about money, because Virgo is a pentacle energy as well, where there was some sort of communication regarding money, or some sort of communication regarding some sort of connection. So it could be where you found out your partner was connecting with somebody in not the coolest way, right? Because pentacles can be about mental, emotional, and physical connection. So this could be something went on with money, something went on with connection to somebody. Maybe nothing really actually happened, but there was a communicating maybe online or something like that, because Mercury does rule like the online communication. It doesn't rule technology, that's Uranus, but the communication online definitely would be that. You found out that they were communicating with somebody in not the best way. Then we have the Lovers reverse, which is telling me that this is the shadow side of you guys coming out, really, and this can indicate also just, having a lack of integrity within the relationship, not acting the most moral. Let's just put it that way, right? Where, yeah, not only are you guys not showing up as the best versions of yourselves, but also somebody did something that was not okay within this relationship. And the Seven of Pentacles reverse. Seven of Pentacles in the upright is like the apprentice energy. It's a new cycle. It's a new foundation. So there's recognition here that this cycle ended and that there's not going to be a new foundation. You don't want it. But we have this Two of Swords energy. So you don't want this relationship, but yet you're having a really hard time moving on. You are. We have the Two of Swords in reverse. So this is about being across purposes. This is a Moon and Libra energy. And this is about feeling very deeply about this relationship, feeling very deeply about the imbalance in it, right? Because it's Libra. Libra's about the scales. When we have this reverse, it means, you know, something was very unfair. There was not this honoring to the Venusian energy here, because Venus rules Libra. It's about the planet of love. So there was definitely some disrespect here, and it had to do with some sort of communication, is what I'm getting here. And then we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, just not feeling like you have each other's back, not feeling like you're there for each other. Again, this is a Moon and Taurus energy. And, you know, again, you're feeling that you don't have this mental, physical, and emotional connection to this person anymore, that they're not capable of giving you what you need, again, in that love space, because Taurus is ruled again by Venus, which is about love. And not only love, but it's also where our like self-worth and our value, our feeling of value hangs out. And the reverse, it's, you know, not only do you not feel the connection, but you don't feel good about yourself in this. You know, you really don't. But I feel like, I mean, listen, there was definitely this desire to have this new attempt to have a new start. You know, because we have the Page of Wands, you know, and the Wands are will. Wands are passion. The Wands are forward movement. Page is a new cycle. So this is a new cycle that was attempting to begin. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So this is Sagittarius, this is you guys, in Capricorn in the reverse. So something's not sitting right with you. You're just not feeling like you can move forward in this connection and maintain your integrity. You don't feel like this person that you're connected with is capable of putting in the hard work. That's what I'm getting here, because Capricorn's ruled by Saturn again, and Saturn's the great taskmaster, and is very benefic, right? Once you put in the work. But with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, I'm getting that the hard work is not going to be put in order to move forward in a way where you can feel like you're maintaining your integrity, you know. As well as I do believe that there is some sort of issue going on with money here, something to do with finances as well, in addition to something that happened with connection. So this could even just be part of the reason why you're even still with the person, is because there's an ironing out of finances that would need to be done if you're in that case. I know this sounds very specific, and this is, I feel like, a very specific read here. And we have the Ace of Swords, which is, you know, brand new truths coming to light, you know. This is an air energy. So, you know, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but this is about communication and truth, you know, because swords are truth energies. It's all about truth coming out. This new cycle of truth. And this new truth that's coming out is going to be moving you into a space of saying, you know what? This is not worth fighting for me. I'm too tired. I've been through too much. It's been too much at this point. You know, because in the upright, it's, yeah, I've been through a lot, but I still have fire in my belly for this person. And the Nine of Wands reverse is like, yeah, I'm not feeling it. But there's still love here. There's still love. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Embrace through each other, you will find the missing pieces. And I'm thinking of you at this moment. Your love fills me with light. So, listen, I mean, this is the reading that I'm getting here. You know, it is what it is as far as this particular message coming out. You have to make the decision, obviously. You're the energetic being here, whoever's resonating with this. Let's see what other information we could get out of this. We are not mind readers. Let's tell each other what we need. I miss having fun with you. I miss you so much. Let's focus on healing together, okay? So there's this desire to focus on healing. Okay, let's pull some uprights to clarify these, please. I mean, this does not seem okay here. I'm not going to lie. Okay, Queen of Swords, though, coming in. Coming in, Queen of Swords. King of Wands, okay? We got a Queen and a King. We have the Six of Wands, all right? So we have this really a fresh well. Fresh well. I mean, the King of Wands is a Cancer and Leo energy. Leo being ruled by the sun, this is about fresh ideas and a really, not even fresh ideas, big ideas, blessed ideas coming in that will help move you guys into that Cancer space, that metaphorical home space of safety. There's a lack of safety here in this reading. You don't feel safe with this person. Something makes you feel uneasy. And this is somebody coming in with a will to make you feel safe, to really try to fix this with the truth, with the real truth here. Queen of Swords, Virgo and Libra. Right? So it's about communicating about what's fair, communicating about what's necessary to fix the relationship. And the Six of Wands is all about respect. And this is about luck, and success. Not luck, success. Putting in that hard work and having that fire in your belly to make it work, right? And really have that success. But it's like you're in the space of feeling really uneasy with this person and very disrespected. But I feel like you guys have the energy is supporting for you guys to turn this around. So I do have to say, it does seem like the energy supports that. If you don't want to do that, Sagittarius, then don't do it. But the energy supports this kind of doing a 360. The person who did the wrong here, coming around and seeing the light of day is what I'm getting here. Absolutely. Okay, my friends, that is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.